Hey everybody out there on the YouTubes, surfing those little pipelines that make up the internets these days. Hope everything's clear for you. This is the Foxish, and I'm here again with something that I haven't brought you guys for quite some time. I played a thing. I did bring you a very brief little thingy Montgomery last month, Wolfchild. I played a thing blindly, and since that point, good old Carr has been throwing things at me right and left. Remind me to thank you for that later. This is actually more of a challenge. It's a game I actually do know, and I loathe, but nobody else quite has the guts to play it, and that's really where the challenge comes in. What we're going to be playing today is a piece of crap that Konami put out on the Nintendo 64 in the mid-1990s. Yes, those of you out there who know your stuff, you've already guessed it. This is Hybrid Heaven. Hybrid Heaven is a really bad amalgamation of several genres. It was pretty well hated when it came out. It was an attempt to combine action, fighting, adventuring, puzzle solving, and some degree of role-playing elements all in one gigantic mushy package that kind of came off like a really bad bento box that had been left out in the sun too long. It's not very good. It's a muddled story, it looks like butt, and it really doesn't play very well. Matter of fact, several copies were notorious when they first came out for simply not working past a certain point. The only thing it really had going for it was it did have support for the expansion module, and as such could actually run in an extended mode, a widescreen resolution that, I can't think of another Nintendo 64 game that actually supported widescreen. The problem is, on most real N64s, it also reduces the frame rate to an unplayable level because there's just not enough CPU to handle the wider screen. So, there's no point in running in it. You use the normal screen, you use the module, and it actually almost plays at an acceptable rate. Here in emulation, we get a good 60 frames per second with the throttle on it, so I guess we have some sort of advantage. That means we can actually play it. Let's go ahead and get started here, though. Enough prattling for me. I could give you the background story, but to be very honest, it's really kind of pointless. You go in, you're Mr. Man, you kick things in the face. Let's go. Yes, this is Konami. And KCEO, which I've never heard of K-Set Osaka before, so... Mr. Robo-Man! I don't know quite what the point of this really is supposed to be, other than telling you that the expansion module is in and working. You get a different message if the expansion module is not in, telling you that the widescreen and high-resolution modes are not available. This is actually already set to widescreen, so let's go ahead and get going. Pardon me if I sniffle a lot through the course of this video. I am fighting one heck of a cold right now, so I may cough, I may wheeze, I may talk a little funny. Also, I noticed the audio is popping. I haven't been able to really figure out a good way around that yet. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm more than open to them, because frankly, N64 emulation is not my strong suit. I'm more of an arcade and PS1 kind of guy. Down and down we go, where we stop. Probably that's where the intro begins. Just checking to see if there's anything of note, if we let it sit on start long enough. Being an N64 game, I highly doubt there really is. But we can also listen to the music. Okay, I'm going to assume there isn't anything. I'm going to go ahead and start. I think that's the White House. Washington, D.C., 19 December 2000. Wow, this was 9 years ago? Damn, I missed this news. Naked Guy! Yes, this was famous in some areas for some very brief male nudity. If you get anything from this.
Today that they are all but ready to conclude talks on the reduction of existing nuclear arsenals and are prepared to ratify the historic agreement that promises to be a giant leap towards world peace in New York City on the 24th. President Weller is slated to arrive in New York City tomorrow and attend the ratification after some last-minute discussions with the Russian president, who's scheduled to fly in on the same day. In a press conference yesterday, a confident President Weller stated to the media that on the coming 24th, the United States and Russia should be delivering a very Merry Christmas present to the world. In other news...
Ho, ho, ho. He looks very unhappy about it. Whoa! Thank you for the strategically placed objects. Ladies and gentlemen, proudly presenting to you polygon buttocks. From what I have read, the UK version and the Japanese version actually did less strategically placed fog than the American version does.
We shouldn't be seen talking, so I'll be brief.
Particularly
Let's
because
go
you're
over this one
naked.
last time. The substitution of the president will be executed the day after tomorrow in New York City. You are not to leave the president's side no matter what. Everything depends on that moment when there's no one but our operatives around him. If we miss this chance, it will throw off the timetable for the invasion. We can't afford any mistake.
The
One more
invasion.
thing.
What?
Don't forget to make contact with Mr. Diaz in New York. He'll bring the tools and the weapons you need. That'll be all. Let's make this work. But man, put some clothes on, will you? And don't forget to act like a human once you're overground.
Put on some bloody pants. I know you're a sniper, but you don't need to wave your rifle at me all the time. I guess that's a phone.
Johnny, are you there? I guess you're out again today. Maybe you're busy, but are you doing okay? Well, it's Christmas soon. The year's almost over. Johnny, you haven't forgotten our pact, have you? That we'll meet again this year under the Christmas tree in D.C. on Christmas Eve? I don't care how late you show up. Just meet me there, okay? I'll be waiting. Anyway, call me again when you get in.
That wasn't ominous at all. Zoom. Ride the blurry metro lines. We'll get you there in fuzzy time. 20 December 2000. You could have said the next day, you know? That would have been the next day. Wow, she's a looker and a sort of smash in the face with a shovel kind of way. Guy in a jacket who's gonna come and kick your ass.
Mr. Diaz, he's here.
Hey, it's Johnny. And I don't know who the heck that is. That's right, just walk on by. She never meant anything to you, man.
That's you, isn't it? How do we recognize him? Is it just someone who looks like him?
Yes, there's some guy who looks exactly like him and walks very, very stiffly.
That man. Tell him.
He's got a gun! Shot rang out in the empty sky. Sorry.
Why did you shoot?
Not now. There's something wrong with Mr. Diaz. We've got to get him below ground.
There's a witness.
The evidence is gone.
Whoa. Only in video games do bodies disappear quite like that. Can I just pee myself and leave, please? I promise. Where'd they go? There really isn't anywhere to go in that direction. You're strong. I'm impressed. The blue light driving me to kill you! You just never know with Secret Service agents, do you? Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues, or something. I don't know the words to that song. It's because the best way to beat him is to shove him against a wall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, danger! Ah! Limbs flailing madly. Useless in flight. You failed the simulation, Neo. You must try to fly. Throw yourself at the ground and aim to miss. This is not my beautiful house. And that's actually the whole intro. It's not very telling, really, to be very, very, very honest with you. We're at time at this point, really, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off right here at the title screen. When we come back, we may actually do something and figure out who the wonderful Diaz is, because he's who we're going to be controlling. So let's rock out next time.